Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Passing Money. Today, we're talking about the real cost of owning a rental property. I mean, I know I see everybody on YouTube, they talk about the glories and the glamours of owning rental property and how easy it is and how easy it is to make money. Here, we try to, keep it simple, keep it straightforward on the reality of what owning rental properties is like. And today, we're going to talk about the real cost of owning a rental property. With all that being said, Alex, what have you learned in your journey of looking at rental property and the costs that go into owning a rental property?
There's a lot more than just like down payment. You've got to deal with closing costs. And I didn't even know honestly what went into closing costs. Coming to find out, you're paying for the whole year's worth of, insurance, paying a whole year's worth of taxes. And like we talked about with what I'm doing is renting the property behind, moving into a new primary. But even in doing those steps, there's more costs that go into it than just like regular maintenance. You're going to have to, if you are buying just an investment property, you're going to have remodel costs, closing costs, down payment, just so many different costs that go into the initial upfront, and then from there, the maintenance throughout the years to come as you're going to be holding that property. Um, it's very expensive. At least I could say is it's very expensive. But
And and on top of that, after owning the rental, so case in point, last week, so last Sunday, we have a class on Point Away Insight. We had a class talking about the difference between renting a house and buying a house.
right,
But so that next morning, so Sunday morning, because the class was on Saturday, Sunday morning, I was up about 6 o'clock. I get a phone call. It's from one of my property managers. And she say a drunk driver fell asleep at the wheel, hit went into the yard of one of my rental properties, hit the tenant's car, pushed the tenant's car into the light pole. It destroyed all the electrical going to my house and then destroyed the roof. So now and then the state came out or the city came out and then shut off all the power to the house. And then they made all the tenants move out. They said, you have to go. It's a fire hazard. You can't stay in there. So now and I know people thinking, oh, well, you could sue the driver's insurance company. First off, yeah, you can if they have insurance. Then other people will say, oh, well, you have property insurance. Yeah, I can go to the property insurance. The thing is the big key to that is the tenants had to move out. So this is close to the end of the month. The tenants move out. How they're sitting there with that dilemma. How long will we be out the house? And if anybody don't know, insurance claims don't come just because somebody hit my car on Monday. I'm not gonna get the check on Tuesday. It can be weeks or even months before you receive that payment. So all in all, I reached out to the property manager. I said, find out how much it costs to fix the property. For the electrical alone, it was $3,000. Then the roof was another $1,300. And then so now I have the dilemma: do I pay it and then wait for insurance, or do I wait for insurance and then while I wait for insurance, that's tenants that's displaced. These tenants can go find somewhere else to live, and then I'm not even receiving a rent payment for it. And then so what I decided to do was this happened Saturday night. I got the call on Sunday morning. By Sunday night, I've already paid and had the electrical fixed. And then I got the roof will be fixed tomorrow. I mean, no, not tomorrow, because tomorrow's holiday. It'll be fixed on Tuesday. But the house is inhabitable. The tenants are moved back in. But now think, if this was my first rental property and I didn't have a cash reserve set to the side, I would have been in a dilemma of I gotta wait for the insurance company to pay me to get that done. When will the insurance company pay me? A couple months from now. So a couple months from now, those tenants would have probably relocated, moved somewhere else, did something else.
yeah,
And so if you don't have that capital sit to the side, that reserve sit to the side, because I know a lot of people put, set 3% aside for maintenance, 5% aside for maintenance, but you don't know when that incident or something major is going to happen that you need to make the move. And then, of course, with the electrical going out, it fried the motherboard to my soft water systems and wells that was there. So that was another cost also. But if you don't have that money set to the side to do it, then you're at the mercy of A, losing tenants, A, having a property that's vacant for months, possibly months, waiting for insurance payments to come so you can afford to pay for this property. So the city will allow people to live back in the property, and you still have the carry cost of paying the mortgage until all that stuff happens. So if you don't have that capital sitting to the side to take advantage or fix these problems when it happens, and you have to wait for other outside money to make it happen, then you as an investor will be lost. So that, and I know a lot of people, they in their models they put 5% for maintenance, but do they really set that money to the side waiting for that maintenance to happen? If you don't, you're setting yourself up for failure. And I've scoured YouTube, and it's only like two or three. One rental at a time. I think I'm messing up his name, Michael Zuber or Mark Zuber. I think it's Michael Zuber. And then it's another guy, and I can't think of his name, but he always has the spreadsheets up talking about cash flow. Those are the only two people that I see on all of YouTube that's really talking about what it is like to be a real property man. I mean, owning investment properties. Everybody else is making glitz and glamour, and that's not the truth.
I know which guy you're talking about. I forgot his name, but he goes into detail with the amount of expenses, and he was talking about, one of his properties that he had purchased, and this is just one out of many in his portfolio, but this specific one that he bought, I think it was 6 or 8 units, and it wasn't even cash flowing for that year. But he, being a long-term investment, he was able to take advantage of the tax depreciation on his income, and the equity pay down and all that, being just one property out of many in his portfolio. But he showed in that one specific short just the amount of expenses that go into it, where all of his cash flow basically was written off because of upkeep for the property.
But yeah, and that's the thing it is. And then so with this property that I just closed in Georgia, I went up there, and then the first thing I did, so now I done bought the property, and everybody just like, yeah, buy the property and then it's cash flowing. Well, rental properties, you're trying to get the best deal, so it's probably still extra maintenance you have to do after the closing or things that you want to do. In this case of the fourplex, the seller, he remodeled the whole inside of the property, but he did nothing to the outside. I'm not gonna say the property looked like an eyesore, but it just didn't meet my standards. So I was just out there in Georgia, and I met up with a contractor, and then I said I wanted to put lipstick on this thing, and he said, yeah, that's the only thing it needs. Because he went in the inside and saw the insides. He was like, yeah, this only thing needs just to update it outside. So we went to update the outside, replacing railings, improving the, concrete, replacing concrete, painting the outside, putting a paved driveway in, because right now it's just rocks, putting a paved driveway in and stuff like that for parking for the tenants. But those are other costs that comes up. This is after I bought the property. Yes, tenants in there and they're paying rent, but that initial cost to pay for those upgrades that I want, yeah, I could wait months and get it done. But me as an investor, I want it done so I can wipe my hands with, hey, all right, I got this up, ready to go, so I can pivot and move to the next property. But if you don't have the capital to do it, you're sitting there you wait months for those checks to come so you can build up the capital to do a repair, and then you do the repair, and then now you can pivot months later. Me, it's fast twitching. I want to get it right and then move on. And then the numbers will work itself out at the end, because I've worked the numbers, of course, before I even did the deal. But those are the things that have to go into the process of owning rental properties. It's not just, hey, I can, unless you get something turnkey that you paid a stupid amount of money for. If you want a good deal, it's going to be extra work that you have to do after the fact. You didn't talk the seller down low as possible, because there is issues. The way you can talk somebody down is there's issues. But once you close on the property, you need to fix those issues. if you want to get, quality tenants in there that's going to stay for the long term.
Well, with
All
that
right.
being said, guys, leave any comments in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.